Dude.
What's up?
You! Dude!
Yeah, I haven't seen you in either of you in 3 months, 4 months.
It's been that long?
The wedding. Yeah.
You're right.
Since the wedding.
So how's life treating both of you? Pretty good?
Ups and downs, real good. Real
Life.
bad.
Treating you like life.
Yeah, like Shakespeare, dude.
Shakespeare.
The Shakespearean experience.
I mean, that's a good life, right?
Is it?
I think. I don't know.
I don't know. You have to worry about every fucking thing. Every time you drink water, you got to worry about whether or not your fucking insides are just going to blow out your ass.
Yeah.
It's not really a good life.
Well, you got that.
It wasn't a good life back then.
Yeah.
No, they threw shit out the window and you had to throw up. They just leaned out the window, and there was a guy who would come around
I know.
2 or 3 times a night and clean that shit up.
And
they throw money out to him when he's cleaning up.
Like, think about
He'd ring a bell, ding, and you look outside. He'd be cleaning up. You throw money out to him.
100 years ago, horses were all over Detroit.
Yeah,
Like
of course
everywhere.
they were. Yeah. When I was a kid, there were a lot of horses. The
We live
vegetable
so far back.
the vegetable man.
Angle in.
You're
Am
not
I off camera?
Me, I'm off camera right now.
I don't really care.
It's kind of just. It's no one's on camera but Rudy. Kind of. Oh, I'm good now.
I always wondered what they did with the horses in westerns, because in westerns you never see the horses shit, but in real life horses walk along with just shit all the time.
You smell my
Yeah.
dog.
So they must not have fed them the day of shooting. That's what I'm figuring.
Did you get a new
Either
dog?
that or they took him for a walk right before the
smell
scene.
puppy on me.
All right, you
I
two.
know, you smell my
Stop
puppy.
looking at him with that kind of look.
You
My buddy
smell
just
my
Stop
went
looking at him
down
with
the
that
room.
puppy look. Come on.
I
And
should
he,
not have one
well,
puppy.
he says
Is that Phaedra?
Bonnaroo
Did I
was
hear
the
Phaedra?
best experience of his life. He's like,
Neighbor dog.
the craziest experience.
Yeah,
But
sure.
all the cops there are on horseback.
Yeah.
And
Well,
horse shit.
I feel the need to smoke more weed.
Yeah. I've been high since 9 a.m.
Continuously?
Just that?
What?
Continuously?
Yeah, I've been working all day.
I've been
Continuously?
working on this for
Oh,
a couple
I've just been
months.
stepping out and just.
I mean, I think the joint was rolled by 7. I mean, I was downstairs by 7:15, so it definitely was rolled by 7.
See, but I have a little vape, so that I can
You
get
get it every now and
I
then.
can get it
Yeah.
So I turned.
so quick. I don't have to commit to time.
So I went give an update because me and Justin played today. We did a little disc golf round to try it out. I don't know what happened to it. Hopefully it'll show up.
Well, when am I gonna
Oh,
go
what do you
disc
mean
golf
try
one
it?
day?
I wanted to see
Can you do a show on the course?
yeah, to see how
you did a show on the
yeah. I'm gonna I gotta figure out a better way. I'm probably when we do it, I'm gonna take my cart. 'Cause it'll, Jesus Christ, dude, you just broke my shit.
Fuck, man.
I'm just kidding. It was already broke.
It's gonna be like, shit, it would be my luck.
So you what?
Like a good one to start is a long. Again, we probably should wait to do disc golf until your hips heal. Can you walk that much?
Yeah. Well, remember when we went to the cannabis thing?
Mm-hmm.
I did a lot of walking there.
Okay.
So yeah, I can walk.
All right. Well, because Palmer Woods has a disc golf course.
Palm Park, man?
Palmer Park, yeah. On the back, the old golf course.
They just
might
put
be-
it in.
Behind the police station.
They just put it in.
Yeah, it's by the police station.
Yep.
So we'll do that one.
That's a good one to do.
Yeah, but I gotta get my.
We'll do that one. We can show the park. We can drive through the park so people can see how the park.
Well,
they did a lot of improvements in
They have
Palmer
a
Park.
disc golf course there, so we'll
Yeah.
do a disc golf round live.
Right,
Like I
right.
did.
Let's
'Cause
get a golf cart and just cruise around.
finishing, of course, I hit. Hole 9. I went to Green Acres.
Yeah.
So hole 9, I finished with it had to be at least a 45, 50 foot putt.
Really?
Like my putt where I hit it perfect. Where I'm like, and I let go and oh, that's it. Just straight line at it, right on tape. I don't know if it's still there, but if I was better at this, I'd be able to edit that out and use it.
Yeah. See, that's another thing too. I drove upon a raging fire yesterday,
Where?
Took my phone out on Woodward between 6 and 7 Mile. This 3-story house caught on fire. And it was raging. I took my phone out and I tried to record it, but it didn't come out right. But it was interesting. I gotta get me a GoPro.
Okay,
I think I have one.
I do too. It's just the batteries don't last very long.
Yeah.
When you're live, like I tried to do disc golf with it before when I bought it, and the batteries they die off quick. You gotta have an external light.
Someone gave me one for like birthday or Christmas or something, and I just was like, with the phone at where it was at that point,
Yeah.
where the GoPro was at compared to the phone caught up to the GoPro.
Yeah.
It was like the GoPro 3 or something like that. And yeah. It's just, I have no use for this unless I'm snowboarding and want to strap it to my chest.
Yeah, I gotta get some kind of headband
Yeah.
where I can put the GoPro right here.
Yeah.
I don't have to hold it.
Yeah, I get what you're talking about.
I would like one on my bike just for legal purposes to show
Smart, yeah.
how often I almost get like people for some reason they don't know what a stop sign means. You know, they think that like stop is
Of course
like,
they don't. Of course they don't.
is at the ass end of their car, and man,
No, they
Four
drive
times
they
today,
drive
I think.
crazy. On the way over here, I saw a road rage altercation over some bullshit. You know, I stopped my car.
Back up a little bit.
Yep, and they jumped out of their cars acting like they were gonna fight.
oh yeah.
And then a couple of more people jumped out and stopped them. And then they got back in their cars and burned rubber and took off. I was like, oh my God. What is wrong with people?
I'm one of those
People
people.
stress it, man.
I get real pissed when people feel entitled behind the death machine. So like, if you're out there being crazy, I'm gonna meet your fucking crazy. Like I turned my car when I had the GTI. I turned it sideways on John R. Cut off traffic because this guy fucking honked at me 3 times and he kept swerving around me. And like, I stopped traffic. I got out of the car. I started walking up. He's rolling up the windows, shaking. I was like, "Oh shit! I'm scaring everybody. I'm gonna get back in the car."
Yeah, get back in the car, man.
Yeah.
Stay in the car. Don't get out of the car.
Yeah, that's
No good is going to come from
no.
getting out of your car.
For anyone, like,
There's just too many people with fucking guns
yeah.
to be trying to start anything, and too many people with guns. That's it.
Dude.
I got my guns, but I would never pull my gun out on anybody for anything
Unless you're gonna kill 'em.
unless my life was in danger. That would be the only reason. I have my gun with me a lot,
Yeah, but there's a lot of
especially
people.
recently.
There's a lot of people out there that think words mean their life's in danger. You know what I'm saying? They have that, like, where words can trigger that.
Because they're lacking.
I didn't say they weren't. I'm just
I know
saying there's
you-
too
I-
many people out there
That
where,
are lacking.
where you
Well,
say blow
you
me
don't-
and they fucking start punching you.
You don't know how bad their day is. Though.
You
don't
it
know
don't make
what's
any
going on
difference.
with them.
It don't make
It
no
could be
difference.
that thing that-
That doesn't make any
It
difference.
doesn't-
There's no reason
It doesn't
to
make
punch
any
a human
difference.
in the face.
There's no reason
for
to get
saying
upset
any
over road
words.
rage.
No.
Words.
I,
Words do. Now, if you're physically trying to assault me, that's a different situation. But you can't, like, you call me a silly nanny. What am I gonna do?
You know what I do? I stay in the right lane and I go 35 miles an hour.
All right, hold on, real quick.
I just go super slow in front of you,
I was-
too.
gonna say, I just brought up the stop sign thing. One time, a guy did that, and I pointed at the stop sign, and I go, "Stop sign's back there," and he literally goes at me, and I was walking.
With a gun?
Yeah, with a gun.
I'd be like-
Points it in my face. It's right there in Madison Heights, north of John.
That's where I would just concede and be like, "You're the man. I'm a
Oh yeah, you go back up.
Oh, yeah.
I called the police, and I pedaled my ass off trying to get. his
You
license.
can't fight a bullet.
Yeah.
You just have no chance to get us a bullet. It's a little teeny thing, but it'll kick your ass.
The only time I've had any issues was the Arby's at 12 Mile in Madison Heights. I pull up, and there's a Mercedes sitting there, and it's blacked out windows, so I can't really see what's going on in it. And he's kind of in the fucking lane, but it looks like he might just be parked. And I'm sitting there for at least about a minute, maybe not, maybe 45 seconds.
Yeah,
And I'm
but
like,
too long.
are you gonna go? Are you gonna go? And I get nothing. So finally I pull up. Motherfucker gets out of his car, is like, I'm not the one. And he has to be like a 48, 49-year-old black man.
I'm not
Like, I'm not the
one.
one. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
You reading a book or something? Like,
I don't. So I backed up. I'm like,
I'm
what do you
not
want?
the one.
Fucking Neos.
I'm not the one that's saying.
Yeah, and it's like,
Just be like, nor am I. What's up?
Who is? Show me. Like,
That's our problem as a people. That's why the aliens just don't come down here and get rid of all the disease and whatever technology they got. They don't give it to us because they know we're gonna fuck it up. Whatever they give us, we're gonna fuck it up because we're fuck ups.
we're living in perfection. We're just the imperfect thing here. This is pretty perfect.
Not by my standards. Not by my standards. Perfect by my
yeah,
standards.
there's definitely a lot more that can be done. It's perfect. You know what? Like reading Brian's. You don't have Facebook. Well, you do, but you don't have Brian on Facebook. Did you see Brian's post? You got Brian as a friend?
No, I saw you had a giant post.
It's just a little one, but it was
a
like
paragraph long post.
yeah, paragraph. It basically stated that he's on just started his 6-week vacation. His work is getting on him because he had an extra 15 days that he hasn't used still that he needs to use. Like,
Those are good problems to have.
yeah, and he's like, I'm glad I chose this like work. They don't, and someone asked, can you buy them out? Can you just get cashed out? And they're like, no, they don't let you cash them out. They make you take the time off. Like, they make you do it because it's amazing.
Well, actually, it's good for you to take that time off. Always is.
Yeah, I know.
Unless
You'll get
you're a
more production.
workaholic. Unless when you're not.
I don't care who you are.
Even then, if
I
you're
don't care who you are.
workaholic,
You gotta take that break.
that's a mental problem.
Like right now, I'm going through a thing because I haven't had a vacation in 25 years, and it's really fucking with me with my head.
Take that fucking vacation.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is.
I mean,
So
but you
can-
literally haven't had like a 9-to-5 job in what 30 years?
No, the last 9-to-5 job I had was in. Oh, you're close. About 2001.
Okay, so 20 years. I mean, you're right. I'm going because you don't go like.
So what are you saying? Because I haven't had
No.
a.
No.
Oh, I think that's your definition of a vacation.
Yeah,
too.
because
like,
I'm
but
going.
stress is
It's like
stress.
Chicago for like a long weekend. That's a vacation.
No, I need at least 2 weeks for sure.
Okay, so
Really, I want a month, but I can't stay away that long. But I need the 2 weeks because, like I said, I'm going to Asia, and I want to check out 2 different countries while I'm there. So a week in one, a week in the other, and then back here.
Yeah.
But it's just the stress of seeing the same thing every day for 25 years.
Yeah, I get it. I understand.
And when I was younger, I traveled a lot. I was all over the place. I've been almost every state in the United States, almost. I've been in every province in Canada. I mean, come on, that's a lot of traveling.
Okay, real quick, thoughts on that?
I'm really smoking. I'm not crazy about the taste.
Why?
It's a dry taste.
Dude, that was exactly what I was gonna say.
It's
You
a
think
dry.
it's because it's just dried?
No, that's the nature of the bud.
Correct.
That's just the nature of the bud. Some buds are like that. They dry your mouth out while you're smoking it. Like right now, my mouth is dry as hell. I mean, I like the taste of weed or cannabis or whatever you want to call
Yeah, I
it.
get it.
But I like it when it's sweeter. If I'm gonna have a dry taste in my mouth, I want it to at least be sweet.
So there's no lemon,
I don't get lemon.
no lime.
I don't get
I
it.
get it.
To me, it's pretty gassy. It reminds me of. Like,
It's more pepper.
It's like
Let me smoke it now. It's down
like
to
a
the
little
end.
deadheadish.
It's more
in
pepper.
that sense, but it also kind of reminds me of like a glue, like deadhead.
I don't get no
glue.
deadhead at all out of that.
I get no dead end.
You don't get any like that dark undertone.
No, it tastes like burnt. It just,
You know, it's what people like. You know, some people might like that.
No, I know, but I'm trying to gauge it because it's it's fuego.
it tastes like Mexican weed.
It's fuego.
It's not necessarily an insult. It just tastes like Mexican weed.
and it's
I haven't had that.
So it's what Suego.
No, Fuego.
Fuego.
Twist.
Twist.
Yeah, it's my Fuego Twist OG. The
Gotcha.
Deadhead crossed with 18.
Ah, see, there
Yeah.
is some deadhead.
It's also not getting trimmed till Sunday.
Okay.
So
And you're gonna use it for a competition?
that's the plan.
How long?
August
August what?
2nd.
So then I go for my operation. But wait a minute, dude.
Huh.
It's still gonna be too green.
I don't have a choice. I don't have anything else that's usable that's any older than this.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? They're all gonna be a little green, but not like
Not like green. No. Right.
Yeah, I get what
Because
you're
it'll have
saying.
what, at least a couple of weeks in the jar.
Yeah. A couple weeks in a little container. And then I mean
You mean what?
indica.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
it's a peppery indica.
Yes.
Which
It's a peppery
and it looks
indica.
nice as fuck.
It looks good. And don't go by my judgment.
Wow.
You know better than go by my judgment.
Every time I blind test your ass and you hate something, I haven't won. So I have
He
Deadhead.
speaks of the
Just
existence.
deadhead, not a cross.
Yeah, just straight Deadhead. The stuff you trucked down the other day at
Yeah.
Parkside, I
Yeah.
went in early and cut down all the main tops and hung them.
Okay.
So I've got those.
Well, that's what was hanging in there.
Yeah,
In the back, the little back
Yeah,
room. I knew something hanging in there.
but it's a Deadhead that's got that sweet. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not. I don't think it's gonna be complex.
And you don't want to enter that?
No, I'm going to.
Oh, okay.
But I'm debating on because it's only $50 an ounce.
Okay, so it's no big deal.
Yeah, so I can enter Deadhead in the hybrid,
I see you saying you're getting more than one thing.
and then enter Deadhead or the other one, in the Fuego and the Indica.
Fuego.
And then I have something else I want to enter into the pre-roll
Okay.
because I don't like the way the buds look.
So you can't see the buzz with this in the pre-roll.
But it's one of those ones that whoever tastes it's going to get something different. It's really complex in the sense that
The
if
taste,
if you like Tangy, you're going to love
you'll
it.
love it, huh?
If you like, I don't know, sweet.
Or a haze.
No, not even haze. It's more gassy.
Oh, okay.
It's gassy still. It's got a gassy tone to it with a tangy kind of
Back taste. or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Like, and it's more sativa, so I think a pre-roll, it'll be one of those ones people hit it and they'll fucking, they'll be like, wow, because when we did the Hash Bash Cup reviews, the pre-rolls that I tried, they were like, somebody had taken pipe tobacco juice
Ooh.
and put it in one of them, and then tried to put like another one, make it taste like strawberries or something like that.
They
You think it's
tried.
almost
They
like
tried to
drugs?
enhance it.
Well, yeah, the terpene stuff. I
Yeah.
think they
Yeah,
tried to enhance it,
yeah.
or they enhanced the tip, and the tip had all that like it was.
You were drawing it through.
I've got a
Yeah.
bunch of Simpson oil I meant to bring down.
What do you mean a
Chelsea would
bunch?
like that.
What?
Chelsea would love that shit.
How much
Yeah,
is
my
it?
buddy Eric gave me like a vial of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, a bunch is relative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remind me, I'll bring it down there.
Well, it don't take much of that.
Did you ever hear
No, I
about
know
his,
the highest I've ever gotten was.
Did you ever hear about his Simpson oil story?
Oh my god.
So he's like, here, because the way we take it is we put it on a paper and ball it
Yeah.
up and you swallow it.
Oh,
I'm thinking
Like a
literally
pill?
1,000 milligrams.
He
in
goes-
my body.
And he
I
puts
ate
it in there
spoonfuls.
and he ate it.
Yeah.
Tell him.
Dude, I probably put 1,000 milligrams in my body.
Oh,
no, 'cause-
it wasn't that much.
Because at 45 minutes in, like the moment a cookie kicks for me is about that 45 minute.
Okay.
The moment that cookie, like at 45 minutes, I was the highest I've ever been in my life.
wow.
And I was just like, I am on for a fucking nightmare of a ride. So, and I'm having a blast, right? It's got the lemon smell. That has a lemon pepper smell to it.
I think that's what's tasty.
I got so high that I was like, it's not possible to get any higher than this. So I capped. But that was at like an hour in.
Wow.
I go home that night and I wake up at 4 a.m. thinking I'm having a heart attack. And my wife, I wake her up, I'm like, I need to go to the hospital, I'm having a heart attack, I'm having a heart attack, I'm having a heart attack. And like, she goes, okay, like freaking out, but after like 30 seconds, she goes, didn't you eat all that Simpson oil thing stuff?
Yeah, that was just anxiety, that's all that
I
was.
just started cracking up, and I put on Family Guy, and I watched it for like another 4 hours.
Yeah, he just had a little anxiety, that's all that was.
See, I tripped out. I shot real bad at Addison during the last tournament I played, and Chris had given me a fucking, like, a Grey Poupon jar of Simpson oil, and I got home that day, and I took like 3 fucking spoonfuls.
It's
What
disgusting.
do you mean you took 3
Like spoonfuls. Just
How did you do that?
Your mouth
it's like,
would be like, no,
yeah.
your teeth would be
Black.
Yeah,
And everything would be
it
sticky.
was horrible.
Yeah, it had to be.
But it kind of tasted like bacon.
And
So I kinda
it would last a long time that
But
way too.
all I'm saying is, at some point, and I have no concept of time, I was out in the grass, petting the grass, talking to the ants, and they were telling me that they were the Egyptians, and that's where they went. I
Damn,
fucking...
you were tripped out.
Yeah, I was like mushroom trip, but like different.
Alright. So, Rudy, like and subscribe. Don't forget, tell him.
Like and subscribe. We need more weed, and we need people to subscribe.
Are we on Pornhub?
Because if you don't subscribe, you're going to miss out on a lot of stuff coming up in the next 2 or 3 months. So subscribe, ring that bell, notification. Thank you very much. We love you, and we have the need to smoke more weed.
YouTube channel.
How many people are watching?
Right now, 3. So, actually,
So
right
are
now,
they liked and
2.
subscribed?
And then,
Yeah, sometimes it's like that.
so like, most of the videos get to about 50. Some, like, they're above
Yeah, between like 33 and 50.
and 80, actually.
Yeah,
There's a
I saw
couple
one.
that are over
I saw
100.
one the other day that was 70 something.
Yeah, my biggest, our largest, our most viewed video is 10,000. We got one 10,000 viewed video.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
What was that video about?
It was Gary Payton.
Oh, yeah.
It was Gary Payton cookies.
We got-
Was it Gary Payton or no?
It was one of our judging.
Yeah,
Video.
it was cookies. It was a cookies video, and it was one of the videos that I did before I had this thing. So I used to have it just on my hands.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then there's a couple of them that are in the thousands. Like one of my actual grow videos is in the thousands. But, anyways, Rudy wants to talk about aliens because there have been a lot of videos popping up, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know if half that shit.
Because
the problem is it's so easy to fake it now. That
no. Because there's no stigma attached after the government came out and admitted.
So you dry hit that.
Are you talking about aliens or UFOs?
Yeah, I like that drive.
Aren't they one and the same?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
One is an unidentified flying object. One is another life form. You know.
I guess.
Well, let's put it this way: those vehicles that they're flying, either they're unmanned or they're manned by something that's not human.
Dry hit that shit.
Because the speeds it's going, it stops on a dime. If a human being was in there, you would be
Vibrating?
nothing but
Oh, wow.
a smudge on the floor.
What about mechanics? I mean, I'm always floored by what we've done as man. So like, I don't think that it's beyond comprehension that that's us.
What?
Well, it could be us from the future. It could very well,
Or the past.
or the past. You're right. Because they're finding all kinds of shit now.
People could have left, and then, with time being relative.
Well, there's a tribe in Africa, the Dogon tribe, I believe it is, and they know about Sirius, which is a heavenly body. They know where it is. They know all about it because they claim a few thousand years ago they came and visited them and showed them the star chart and all that stuff. So, I mean, aliens have been around probably as long as we've been around, if not longer.
You call it aliens, I call it gods.
Well, people back in the day, that's probably what they thought they were, gods. And maybe they are. Because, I mean, they're doing stuff we can't do that our physics can't even comprehend.
We're getting there. We're
So,
starting to engineer.
We're a long
I
way.
have a theory. I'm curious what you think. I have a theory that every alien encounter we've dealt with has been probable.
Has been what?
Probes, like drones.
Mm.
I think at some point we're going to find out that these vehicles that our consciousnesses are in can't leave the planet without being able to recreate artificial gravity. I don't think once you get past a certain point, it's the complex the inner workings of a human body are so complex, and the smallest of things can just change everything. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
One
piece of bacteria can kill you.
kill you or change it because it's my point is when you what if the only thing keeping the bacteria from mutating into a bigger sized bacteria over time is the fact that the gravity's keeping it from happening. And if you go away from the gravity, now you have the ability, maybe the bacteria over time starts mutating to a level where it's the size of your fucking fingernail. You know what I'm saying? Because they replicate so much at such a fast level.
Yes, and there's so many more of them than us.
Yeah, but the mutations of a bigger bacteria die off because they can't live in the environment that we have now.
But
I read a book on like a hypothesis of that. Like if we did, like if humans weren't here, how would things run astray? If the natural order of predator that's in play right now took hold, and they say like house cats would be huge, you know, like alligators would be huge, like
Well, alligators, would be huge because they're they live
No,
forever.
I mean there are house cats that are huge.
Yeah.
Wild cats. Pumas.
Yeah.
That is a house cat that is huge.
There's some really like crazy. I went to this really nice mansion once, delivering a sofa and walk in the back, and there's the biggest fucking cat I've ever seen. But the weirder thing is it had like tiger fucking paws. It was way bigger than like any cat paw I've ever seen.
Well, in Egypt, cats were worshipped, and they had a high place in their society. They even put them in their what do you call it, sarcophagus?
You know why? Because they kill rats.
Yeah,
Keep your
exactly.
food safe.
Yeah.
Exactly. They were good for man at that time. But again, you got to remember something. I don't know how many rats lived in the desert back then either. I don't think they had a big rat problem.
You have rats everywhere, dude.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
I mean, there's
Nobody
some
does.
places where life
Again,
doesn't-
Are there rats everywhere?
But aren't there?
I like that.
Hold on. But aren't there
Go.
theories that Egypt? There's theories that Egypt is way older than we think.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Well, not.
Oh, that's listening to you guys talk.
Well, Egypt's the mother.
No.
Where are rats located in the world?
There probably not no rats in Antarctica.
I can't imagine there are.
So there's certain places where the climate is and the accessibility to raw food is
I
not
know.
available.
But if there was water back then, which some people believe that the pyramids and things like that were built at a time when there was still because there was a time in history where the deserts of Egypt weren't deserts; they were like our land. They were fucking
Yeah, they were
deserts.
oases. They were oases. They had palm trees and all kinds of shit going
Well, it
on.
was
But
like
that's
fucking-
going way back. That's going way
But
back.
that's when the Egyptians.
Well,
did that
they
shit.
some of the guys think that the Egyptian kingdom might have lasted 29,000 years.
I've heard something like that.
Yeah.
Actually.
Because they were different phases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite stories from the Bible. The Joseph, and he goes to fucking Egypt, and his brothers fucking enslave him, and oh man.
And about a third of the pharaohs were black Africans. About a third of them.
I mean, kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, but how did they move those big ass stones, man?
Here's another talk. I was talking to fucking Justin about this earlier. Have you ever seen the Purge movies?
Which ones?
Purge.
First one.
Oh, The Purge.
The
Yeah.
Purge, yeah. Well, they just came out with a new one called The Purge.
It was like the second.
Yeah, something like that. Fourth, fifth one, I don't know. They did because the first one was the first one, and the second one was.
It's been about
after
three
the
or
first
four
one.
of them.
And then the third one was like a prequel. It was like the first Purge. They showed you why it happened.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah, and then the new one's the Forever Purge is basically.
How many purges they gonna have?
That's what I'm saying.
The racist
Yeah, what-
people basically have said because they do it every year. Every
Right.
year they do the Purge.
You had that one day.
And then they basically were like, no, we're done. We're not, like, there's a group of racist fucks that were like, yep, we want to kill all the brown people. We want them all out of our country, and we're just going to do Purge forever. So if you're brown.
Purge forever.
Yeah, and they were killing fucking military. Like, the military's trying to stop it, but they can't. But there's actors that are playing, like the what shit they were saying. It's like, I want that dude to die. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want that dude to get shot in the head. I don't know if I could do that. I don't know. You couldn't pay me enough to try to become like act that. You know what I'm saying?
You could pay me.
So you don't even want to manifest it.
$100 million. All you gotta
No.
do is act racist for a little
Because
bit. I'd be like,
because
all right.
like the
Well,
more
probably 100 million.
And kill.
They're not gonna pay me 100
And
million.
kill somebody. Not literally for real, but
yeah, just
on film.
play the part for 100
Yeah,
million.
but-
Yeah.
But see, you know what? That's part of the problem.
What?
see,
It's too much killing and negativity in the media, especially in the United States. It's way too much. You know, one day I sat and I said, I want to see how much violence is
Hold
on
on.
TV.
Maybe it's because there's too much fantasy violence and not enough real violence.
Violence is violence.
No.
I'm
In
basically
other countries, they let you
no
see the
violence.
shit that happens. If a car accident happens, they don't fucking show you a blood. They show you all of it.
Oh no, in the Philippines, it felt like it shot in the head. They
Yeah.
showed their head busted open and
Yeah,
then
that's what I'm
laying
saying.
on the concrete.
Well, that's
We
why
have
they
fantasy.
But
What?
they don't have mass killings over there. They don't, you know, I mean,
Because you're dealing with it like it's real life. Where the shit that we see here is all fantasy.
see, I know when I go to the Philippines, I can't look at the news. I know that right now. I will never look at the news. I don't like to see shit like that.
Yeah, no
Shit like that disturbs me.
What disturbs most people?
No, I know people. Man, I had a girlfriend that could look at all that stuff. She used to watch Autopsy.
Yeah, I know. The
And I mean-
killer does all.
And I mean, I come in the room and she look at she's all smiling and stuff. Like, what are you doing?
Dude,
She loved it.
I work with, he's always watching these fucked up like killings and people dying, and he's laughing, and he'll be like, "Show us," and I'm like,
Dude, Ozzy sent
Like,
me one
that's
time. I was like,
disturbing.
dude,
I
do not
don't
do
Who
that.
did what?
Ozzy.
Yeah.
There's a dude falling off a fucking building. And he landed and like he was off and he was like, oh, still making noise and shit after he hit the ground.
Ooh.
And it was like, oh, I didn't need to see
They
that.
don't need to see that shit.
I
That's
don't
like
need
when
to
they
see
were
that.
cutting people's heads off. My friends would be like, "Go on, so you can see." I said, "I mean, I don't want to see that shit."
Yeah, man.
Because once you see that shit, you can never forget that shit.
Oh, you'll never forget.
You can, and I don't want to see it.
Don't need to.
No.
I'm not gonna cut.
That's
it
why I
off.
want the aliens to come down here and straighten this shit out.
Just be done with it. Just wipe
Straight
Do
it.
you
this
think
shit
they
out.
will, or you think they'll throw us in detention?
No.
Do you think they'll use us?
You
as
know,
slaves?
no, none of that, because they could have done that a long time ago. It could have been done. We're entertainment. We are entertainment. We're study.
It's not even that we are so far off the grid. If you look at the Milky Way, we are out there. Like we're probably in that realm. Is like, who gives a fuck?
Well, they're on the moon.
Like, we're out-
They're not far from us. They're on the far side of the moon, man.
Yeah, for
We got
sure, but
bases
like-
on the far side of the moon.
But like, how much time they spend here? Like, we might be a fucking liquor store off the coast of I-90, right? Like,
That's what
they don't give a shit what we're doing, and then
I think they do because
if they
one
keep
theory.
enough, we've been wiped out.
One theory is that every time we detonate an hydrogen bomb, it messes with the frequency in other parallels, and that's why.
So you're talking about a whole lot of stuff, Rudy. You're talking about parallels and aliens. So
No,
like,
I mean,
I think
they're all
that it all
in the-
exists.
Yeah, they're all in the
I
same-
think that it all
they're-
exists at the same time.
They're
I
all in
think
the
that all
yeah. They
that
do all
stuff
exist at the
is-
same time. They're all in the same universe. You got to face a fact, man. This shit is way bigger than we are, and we can't even figure. We really can't even comprehend some of this shit that's probably happening in the universe. You understand what I'm saying?
But do you think it's like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy type shit?
It's all kind of shit going on.
No, but I mean, think about it, like, because that's the movie, that's the book and everything where I'm like, I'd like to do
It's my
that.
favorite book.
Yeah.
Dude, that'd be so much fun.
Yeah, it would
The
be.
movie did such a good job. With
Yeah, it did. It
And
did.
it's probably
Perfect.
somebody or something doing that right now.
But that's my point. Is it like that, or is it more mystical in a sense?
It's everything.
Because it could be Jodie Foster in that
You have
sense.
contact.
In Contact, where it's LSD. How do we get to the next place? Mushrooms. They figured out how to
Well-
do it. You just have to learn how to actually control
But
it.
that's what they're doing now. Right now, there are scientists and astronauts. They're taking doses of mushrooms and stuff and trying to, consciousness. They're trying
Right.
to, yeah.
So, CRISPR, right?
Oh, yeah.
What they're doing, what they're gonna try to do with plants, like this lady, they were talking on a show. They're like, people are trying to get to a point where you could be walking down the street, and when it starts raining, the leaves of the tree light up and fold out and protect you from the rain as you walk by. But they light up like a light.
Mm-hmm.
But at what cost? At what cost to the tree? How much energy does that exert? Like, what's it take to expend that?
I don't know.
All those things are variables.
No, but you mean on a mystical level, right?
No, this no. Again, this isn't mystical. This is they're going
Technology?
They're going to use CRISPR at some
Oh,
point to
right.
take genes from a
Got you.
creature such as a what glows.
It could be a fish. There's fish that do that.
They're going to take that shit
Octopus.
and they're going to put it in a plant
Got
so
you.
that a plant glows.
Got you.
Because again, they don't usually glow unless there's something near them.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's
That's what octopus
Or-
does. When you get near it, it camouflages so it changes its color.
dude, you gotta watch The Boys. When he fucks a fucking octopus, you're just like, how far are they gonna go? How
Okay.
far are they gonna go? Have you not seen The Boys?
No.
Oh no, I haven't seen the new season.
Oh
Makes
man.
me think of Splice though, when the chick with the stinger
Oh no.
zoom.
Yeah, that's wild.
He's Aquaman. He's called the Deep.
This particular guy.
Yeah, he's called the Deep, and he's supposed to be Aquaman.
Gotcha.
And he's got a problem. Like he talks to fish, and he loves fish, and
He really loves fish.
he ends up. Well, he has to eat one of his friends.
Oh, that's
Like Homelander makes him eat an octopus, and the octopus is his friend. Like it was in his room, in his tank, and he talks to him and has chats with him because he can talk to fish.
yeah,
Like fucking Aquaman can.
yeah.
So he's like, I don't want to eat Timothy. Oh fuck, he's scared. So he can because he can hear everything the fucking octopus is thinking as he's eating
it.
him alive.
Ooh.
Oh god,
Who thought of that one?
torture.
Who thought of that one?
That's dude. You don't even. There's a scene where dude can go like he calls himself termite because he can get big and small, right?
Okay.
He's doing coke with his boyfriend. He gets small and jumps in the dude's penis, right? And like running around. It's him little running around a little penis inside of a penis playing with
Get
it.
the fuck out of
And then he
here.
goes, "Achoo!" And he sneezes and he goes back to full size.
Oh no!
And they show you the fucking guts fall out the fucking front half of the guy because the guy falls on the bed and the guts just fall.
Oh
the fuck out.
no!
Oh, that really just happened.
That's the boys.
Yeah.
I have no
Oh.
need to see that.
Oh, it was so good. Like, cause
It was so good.
they do some shit like
So that's sci-fi.
Well, yeah, it's superheroes if superheroes were real.
Yeah.
Because it's the company. Basically, this company invents this stuff called Compound V, and if you inject it into children, they manifest powers,
They manifest power.
which can be an issue because if you give it to a baby and she's got laser eyes that she can't control, she's just gonna fucking
You
laser.
burn everything up.
Yeah,
Laser eyes. She
one
can't
chick
control.
can pop heads. All she has to do is think about an area and it'll explode. And as a baby, she popped her parents' heads. Like, and then she became an orphan.
Oh,
So it's like it
yeah.
shows you all the different things that can happen. Like if superheroes were real, if mutants were real, it would be like
it'd be more realistic.
horrific.
It wouldn't be like Superman.
But it's also in the today's common world where Twitter
Right.
and all these things matter to these people to the point where their stock price is
It shows you.
determined by the actual popularity of their people.
Well, we're not far from that now, aren't we? I mean, really, you think about it, we're not that far away from that.
I mean, Elon Musk made billions of dollars off of being someone who knows how to write a couple words.
Well, hey,
Because
If
he
you
got
could-
his people to buy his stock.
if you can figure it out, then figure it out.
Yeah, more power to you.
Yeah, if you can figure it out, figure it out.
I would
Because
just do something better with my money if I were him. Like, I would do better. Like,
He doesn't want to do better. He
it's
wants to
such
have
a
more
weird
money.
Dream.
well, wait a minute.
Like, if
What do you mean better? Better than what?
I mean, instead of
Supposedly he's trying to take us to Mars.
yeah, I
Wait a
would
minute,
rather,
but
I would
before-
rather take our excrement to Mars.
But before he takes us to Mars, he's putting so many satellites up there that everybody's gonna have internet for free.
That doesn't necessarily mean
Let me
that's the
finish.
proper way to do it.
Everybody's gonna have internet. Well, to you maybe not.
No, but
But
space
somebody in
Hold on, no, that's not what I'm
Slovenia.
talking about. Space junk is a real problem we already have.
Of
If you
course.
triple the fucking satellites, then you got a problem. But if you actually built the infrastructure on the ground, you could do the same thing.
But it's something called AI.
I know, and AI is probably going to tell Elon
And-
he's an idiot.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, there are people in remote parts of the world.
Have you seen the truck?
People in remote parts of the world are gonna love it
I'm not saying
because
that
they have
it wouldn't be a
nothing.
noble idea. It just feels like it's an Elon thing where he's not thinking about the fact that he's going to overpopulate, and next thing you know, we're going to have satellites crashing into each other, and we're going to have shit falling out the fucking sky.
Well, that's why they're gonna have AI. Artificial intelligence gonna take care of that, dude.
But everyone, I mean, it's
We can't even comprehend what AI is gonna do at this
Well, I
point.
get that. It's called
Yeah, and see,
What is that? What is that
Wait a
moment
minute.
called?
and where else are they using it?
Singularity.
Right, and where else are they using singularity? Wait a minute, where else are they using singularity
What you
and
do?
AI?
McDonald's.
McDonald's, huh?
Just DoorDash it right here.
I know you can just DoorDash it. Yeah, I'll take a Big Mac. I haven't had a Big Mac in a minute and a fry. Let me ask my wife if she wants.
see what what you're talking about makes me think of Henry Ford. Henry Ford had no idea what
He was Elon Musk back then.
Yes, and he had no ideas the magnitude of
Two
the things
cheeseburgers.
that you would ripple down on all the world. Like and then I work at the stupid tire shop right now, but the guys were loading up all the blown out tires, and I go, you know what happens to all these tires? We sell them, and they sell them, and they sell them to China. And when they sell
Big
them to
Mac
China,
No, just a Big
China
Mac and
takes them to
like
Africa.
a medium fry.
and there's this company in Africa that chops up the tires,
Mhm.
and they pack them and heat them down into bricks. And they sell those bricks in third world countries to make roads because it's toxic and it's our excrement, and it's the best possible solution we have for a toxic excrement to make roads for people that are already in a deprived environment. So I don't know. That's where I feel like the Elon Musk shit, like what you were talking about, like what happens? Like, is he a Henry Ford or is he just fucking done?
I mean, again, Henry Ford had his flaws. Everyone does.
Oh, everybody does.
But-
Especially if you're a billionaire,
I
which
don't-
they were or are.
Well,
You know, you gotta remember something, man. They don't think like us.
Was
You
it
got-
Henry
you got
Ford,
all it is, Emil.
part of the
Not at all.
Nazi
Okay.
party?
Because when they get an idea,
Just buy one
they can
burger.
make that idea work immediately.
it doesn't let you buy one burger.
When they get an idea, they can make that idea work immediately because they got the dough to put it in. When we get an idea, we got, oh yeah, now I figure out a way to get some money to do
But
it.
that's effort, though. I mean, we
Is it
should
really
have our
effort?
buttresses in place.
Is it effort or happen to be
high.
born to a dude who owned a gem mine in fucking South Africa during apartheid? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it effort or
Well,
is
it's all of that.
is it getting in with a dude who made a bank and then happened to be the one that lands eBay?
I
Well,
don't disagree that there
whoever
are
gets it
precedents.
gets it. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, it's a lot of luck to go with it. I'm
It's a
not
lot-
saying
it's
that
a lot
he's
of
dumb.
luck.
He's obviously a smart guy, but at the same time, he's
Well, he's got his flaws.
had a lot of flaws.
He's got his flaws.
Oh, I really like
But-
the cute one though when he like breaks the window. You know,
What? Oh yeah,
Tesla.
that's my point.
Oh, the unbreakable window. The window that
That
won't break.
was
I feel like the truck
funniest
was
one.
his one thing that he got to fuck with.
The
Like all the
window-
other cars look amazing, right? Car
Okay.
like a Tesla looks really sharp.
I saw some with suicide.
Oh, dude, I like that truck. I like that
Oh.
truck.
I don't like that truck.
I do. I
That
like
truck
it.
is fucking
I like that design.
steampunk stupid.
I like that design.
You know what the issue is though that we've been having because those things
Yeah.
go so fast that they.
Have you seen a Hummer? Have you seen the electric Hummer?
Yeah, but see, the problem with the Hummer and the Jeep and all that stuff is I'm not going to spend big money on a square box. It's time to streamline trucks. Streamline trucks.
They are. Most of the trucks have fucking curves to them to an extent.
I said streamline.
It's not streamlined to
Yes.
make it look like the DeLorean. It's like he went, I want a DeLorean truck.
touch at that time.
No,
I want to get an
man.
electric car, man. That's my next.
Yeah, I would love to. That'd be. Oh, so
But I'm gonna get a Tesla.
Update.
So that kind of makes me an Elon Dick.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna go.
Girl down
I
the
like
street just got
Mustangs.
one on my street. Just got one, and
Oh.
the doors open up like this. And
If I had a real choice, because the Tesla means you got a.
I'll drink the Kool-Aid.
It means you got a choice.
The issue we've been having with the Tesla right now at my work is they pop tires real easy in Michigan roads because the acceleration is so fast that they just fucking.
it's a special tire you have to
And
get.
it's a weird narrow tire too.
That's how it is with my
It's
car.
not ideal.
My Cadillac don't take regular tires. I have to get special tires.
Yeah, I know.
And they're two different sizes, and they'll run flat and all that crap.
If
They're
I had a choice,
expensive.
and that money wasn't, because if you're buying a Tesla,
Oh yeah.
because that Cadillac's built from the ground up, like everything in it, nothing comes from a fucking gas-powered car.
I
They
say
just
Well,
built
yeah,
the whole
right,
thing
right,
from the
right.
ground up.
Right.
And I support buying American usually, but man, fucking German cars are so much
Yeah,
better.
that
than
Audi.
ours.
Have you seen that electric Audi? That electric Audi is,
Oh, I know.
dude, that'd be the one. If I had no issues, I'm buying that Audi. That Audi is sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Natalie Portman was driving it, so yeah.
What?
You know who
It's
she
like that
is,
realistic
right?
dream
Yeah, she's an
car.
actress.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I know
She's
who she
young
is.
for you.
Isn't she Thor now?
Well, she was. Yeah.
Oh, she was. I didn't watch.
I mean, she's Mighty Thor, and you know how the Mighty Thor story ends. When Jane becomes Thor, because she has cancer,
Oh yeah.
and then she dies from
Yeah.
cancer.
See, I didn't know if they were gonna make her Valkyrie because I
No,
thought
it was-
maybe they
it's
would
her.
go
She comes
Valkyrie
back.
because they do
So
everything
does-
in the modern.
So this Audi you talking about?
Well,
It's all electric?
yes. Yeah, everyone's got one now.
Well, you know,
Mercedes
I like the
and
design of
BMW
some of those
too.
Audis.
Chrysler's going full electric by 2026.
It's so is GM.
Yeah,
2025.
Yeah.
But again, unless we can figure out how to like mine these batteries better.
We
or
did.
fix-
They did.
like,
It's not
They
even
haven't
about
figured it
mining.
out.
Yeah,
No, they
but
found
here-
they found batteries that don't use those products.
But
And-
my thing again is back to the excrement.
And they're putting-
how quick
It's
do these
electricity,
batteries
dude.
die out?
It's electricity, dude.
Yeah, but what do we do with that?
What do you
When
do
it's
with what?
dead-
Renewable energy.
Dead batteries. What do you do?
You
with that?
recycle them.
Yeah, you recycle them, fill them back up again. It's rechargeable.
They're not.
It's
They
just
don't-
like a
again,
propane tank.
The batteries that they're
I
coming
know.
out with don't use lithium in the same way. They
Oh
don't
yeah,
use
yes,
any
they're
of that
different.
shit.
They're new ones.
They're
now.
using products that are ready and gettable across the planet, not
Yeah.
something that you have to go to special places.
and dig it up and
It's just like, so they're basically, and again,
They'll be so.
you
I
say
know
that
that-
except for you do realize that every fucking truck that takes to get you your fuel from fucking goddamn Saudi Arabia or the fucking South or all that other shit, that won't be there no more if you don't have the
Vehicles, dead
batteries.
bodies.
again, it's just my point is you
How do
complain
you
about
make
the
a fire-
trash.
How do you make a fire a necessity?
Hold on. You complain about the trash because that's their argument. You can't use batteries because batteries will kill the world. Except for you're already killing the fucking planet with the fucking trucks that it takes to bring you all your goddamn fuel and all this other shit that's happening. But, you know, batteries, what happens in 10 years when we don't have a place to put these batteries? What the fuck kind of
10
argument
years.
is that?
I'm saying in less than 10 years.
No.
It's gonna
Cars
start
will last 10
stockpiling.
years. They'll last,
Hold on.
because
What is a battery made out of?
Lithium. I mean, car battery, manganese.
No. An electric car battery. What is
But
it? made
are
of?
they going to go full
Hold on,
electric?
no, that's a simple car. So, simple question. What is it made out of?
A battery, it's negative and a positive.
That's how it works, but what is the material it's made out of?
I mean, in a lot of cases, sustainable lithium.
No. I'm asking you, do you...
Oh, I don't
So the
know.
answer is you don't know.
No,
So it's hard to
you're
argue.
right. Yeah.
So then you can't argue.
I'm not.
You have no answers to provide, man. You can't say they're
sure.
not recyclable. You don't even know what they are.
But that's not his argument. It's an argument
I've
that
definitely
they come
taken
with.
my time in the past to listen to other people that are more, you know.
So what I get, another one I get when I bring it up is, oh man, they're gonna explode on you.
I don't. That's a variable.
They always
That's
find
playing with
something-
Just playing the game.
When
Yeah.
people don't want technology to come forth like it should,
Yeah, you.
they always find some
Well, it's
excuse.
the power structure that's in place that wants to keep their power. They lose their power if the product that they've invested their whole life in goes away. If you fucking grow corn and then all of a sudden corn just stops existing, you're kind of fucked.
Well, that's where we're at with bananas. We're at that point where.
Well, that's
like,
just because
in
we-
another fucking 50 or 100 years.
Here.
we're fucked.
That's
Everywhere
just
else in the world eats fucking a variety. It's just because
It's
we're
just here.
our fucking
Yeah.
plain ass.
We eat one variety of banana.
Yeah,
Our
well,
plain
they-
ass
There are about 7 different varieties of banana.
no salt fucking eating.
I mean, I prefer plantain.
They got blue bananas, they got green bananas, they got red bananas, they got
But yes,
yellow
the
bananas.
ones we eat are close to. There's actually a disease that could wipe them
Wipe 'em out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might not be no, those
Well,
bananas might
and
go
it's
away in
the
50
same
years.
thing that wiped out the last
Yeah.
one that was.
But that's gonna happen. That's what happens when you do shit like that. That's why you don't need. That's why when dogs are constantly bred in on itself thousands of times, you have to worry about issues. It's the same thing with plants. You have to be aware.
And
That's
that-
why when you look at the way they did it back in the day, they understood understood better how to keep shit sustainable, how to reuse the soil without having to not use the soil.
But that's
why
like-
goats are such a big thing.
You talked about the CRISPR and the future of the
Yeah.
trees and stuff. That's what scares me about all that shit. That's what disturbs me is the fact that you try and take control of anything too much and it will break out or die.
I mean, we don't.
That's how
know where-
progress is made.
They claim that CRISPR at some point can take an elephant and turn it into a miniature elephant, like a full just by
You
changing.
take that CRISPR,
What do you mean just?
and you take that,
Again, this is
DNA?
future. This is science fiction type shit.
Yeah.
A shrink ray, basically. An end goal of CRISPR is to create a shrink ray for animals, so you can change the genetics, or take a baby one and change it then, so it never gets
But
past a certain point.
isn't that the classic?
There's all kind of genetic shit you
the
can do
old
with it.
Petri dish, like what if we're just the snow globe that we're?
Wow.
That's exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we could be the snow globe.
yeah, but see, just imagine, you got the CRISPR, you got the,
Collider,
that printer, the printer,
3D printers.
3D printer,
Yeah, they got flesh ones now too.
and CERN, and who knows what the fuck is
I
that
mean,
company?
at any moment, CERN could put us into a black hole.
Sure can. At any moment, something could come through that would be a negative
Who knows?
to our positive.
I mean,
Because they're messing around. They're sending messages through black holes at CERN. Did you know that? They're sending messages to another portal.
Wait, who should comprehend?
They are-
comprehend.
hold on, I
They're ramming
did
it.
see something.
They're ramming together at such high velocity. They're creating little tiny black holes. And they're
Yeah.
sending messages
Man, we don't understand. Like, we don't understand how. Like,
So CERN could do something crazy could happen.
yeah.
We don't know.
Any moment.
I
At
like
any
that movie,
moment.
The Mist. You see that Stephen King one?
That's about CERN too, isn't it? Yeah. That's
I
about
mean,
a collider. That's about a collider.
Loosely, it's like
It
they're
is?
fucking
Yeah.
portals.
They were messing
and,
around with a
you don't know
collider,
what
and they
it's
opened
about.
up a portal, and those things came through. Yeah.
In the mist, and if they weren't
Yeah.
in the mist, yeah, they killed you.
That was a good one. It was actually.
That movie really creeped me out.
You know
It
what
really
did that
did.
too was Cloverfield.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that one.
You know,
You know,
how it
when
is.
she fucking appeared
Yeah, all
in
the
the
time.
building, it was like, holy shit! Like, she's got fucking. Oh,
Fuck me. Okay, I'm moving away. The first person
Yeah.
camera though in that one was.
no, I meant
People would like.
you never saw Paradox, did you? You probably didn't see the third one.
Is that the one
I
with
saw all of them.
John Goodman?
No, it's the second
No.
one.
No.
That's the
The
second
third one explains
There's
why
space.
there's a monster in New York in the first place.
Yeah.
Oh. There's a
What happens is they're doing experiments, and one of the in space, and one of the experiments opens up the dimensions and pulls them together. Like pulls them together for a second, so certain people, like certain things, like it's
Certain things change places.
yeah, and it's yeah.
And it's bad for the earth.
I like those flicks. I'd watch it even though. Shit, I don't know what.
Well, so, a lot of the people at NASA and at the Defense Department didn't want the pilots to mess around with the UFO. For the Nimitz and the other one in 2004 because they thought that the Tic Tac was a demon. And they were really religious. And they made them stop that whole program because they were terrified
I
that they were
learned.
demons.
I learned why they call the pineal gland, and it's because of pine needles and like all the healing attributes of pine needles throughout the ages.
You ever seen a picture of the pineal gland?
Yeah, I mean.
And it looks just like the Eye of Horus in
Yeah.
the Egyptian Eye of Horus. It looks just like it.
But it also looks like a pine inside, like I guess the seedling.
That's weird, isn't it? That's really weird.
He's seen dots.
I've seen all crazy sorts of crazy.
Do you ever see purple when you close your eyes? That's the weirdest thing to me. That in the darkness of like dark, you ever just see like purple spots?
Oh,
I can see when I meditate, when I smoke hash, and I really get into meditation, I see a television in my head, and there's movies and events running on this television. I've done it about 10 times, and it's really weird, man.
You said
And
ash.
and it's hard. It's hard for me to really make out
Here,
what's going
try that.
on the TV, but I can see
Tom
different things
Sash.
going on, you know. And I think I'm stepping into a certain type of consciousness. That's
maybe.
I'm just trying to figure out exactly what it is.
Well, you left your body,
Yeah.
so
Oh yeah, I had out of body experience. Yeah.
that'd be because when we did the last heavy dose of mushrooms I did,
Uh-huh.
Pretty heavy.
pretty heavy. 7-8 grams.
What?
7-8 grams.
Oh,
I
shit.
did 8.
How many?
Well, it was 16 grams split.
Yeah, I
between
mean,
two of them.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, about 8 grams apiece.
Yeah,
Yeah, we split a milkshake.
Ooh.
and
You split a milkshake.
I spent
It's fucking awesome.
I spent the whole time in the basement.
Oh
like
man.
No, you sit on
he's
my
got
couch too.
yeah, I know. Before it really kicked in, like that moment where the insecurity starts happening, the anxiety,
The
of
feelings,
who
yeah.
knows what's gonna happen? Am I gonna do something stupid? Am I gonna shit on myself? I mean, that's a concern. 'Cause you don't know.
Well, why would you think that?
It
It's
might-
not
can't help
thinking it. It's not thinking it. It's the feeling of it.
It's
the
just
feeling
like
of
this,
the
you get this high
unknown.
anxiety, like
Oh.
you know, I get it every time. I've done mushrooms at least 50 times.
Yeah.
And like you go into it and you're like, and
I'm
then
not
it
gonna
takes about
die. I
10
know
minutes.
that, but I
You see,
still
that's
feel like there's a
amazing.
chance I could fucking die.
That's
He said you're not gonna die and you know it, but you feel it's a chance it could happen.
And when I say a chance it could happen, I mean a chance it could happen virtually.
Okay.
Where there's a chance where I might, if I take too much, I might be in the air floating as fucking snakes are just ripping my fucking skin off.
I'm gonna go out so that guy doesn't have to knock on your door.
You don't knock, they just leave that shit on the front.
Can we-
I'll get it.
Okay.
Tell me when to drop it.
Any moment now.
Yeah, because they'll
Yeah, Rudy, I saw some light shows when I was back in like 2013 or so. I was at my apartment and I started seeing these lights. Remember the Phoenix lights?
Yeah.
It was the Phoenix lights.
Oh, okay.
But then
Hold
they
on,
started.
2013. That's. Did you see the weird fucking formations? All, like, I lived on Hall Road about that time.
We would have all seen them if you were. And so they went out. It was the summer, and it was like doom, doom, doom. And but there were these balls that were moving, right? And then they kept doing like these formations. And then one of them came right over my apartment complex. I'm staring at it. It's just giant, like shiny ball. But these mini balls keep coming off.
Yes.
Boom, take off. Boom.
Yeah.
The red ones would come in and land on it and shit. And then they just all gone.
You're like,
And my wife saw a black triangle in Walgreens the day before that floating right above her head. Like, she was like, just right up there.
I'm really interested in those balls you were talking about.
he
crazy.
just said something that I saw and in that time frame, and I've heard like 2 or maybe other 3 people that have ever said the exact same thing.
Dude, because like I was in
No,
Rochester, and if you were standing in like Troy, no problem
I was-
seeing it.
no, were you
Like,
high,
hiding
or were you,
Hall.
were you
No, I
straight?
mean like my wife standing next to me, and
So
my
you-
brother was all.
So this is a unidentified flying object.
that would be 100% UFO.
Movement that is
It was like a floating ball with like
Strategical.
metallic, and it was clearly there. And like I wasn't the only one; it was the other people in my apartment were standing out there, like, "What the fuck is that?" But you always see them from a distance, right?
Yeah.
But this one literally was above my head, and I'm staring at it just like little balls.
Now I saw something similar to that, but it was broad daylight. It was about 9:30 in the morning, and I was driving down the street, and I was coming up to the next street, and I saw a bouncing piece of, I don't know what it was. Sparks were jumping off of it.
Give us 3 Big Macs.
Sparks were jumping off of it. Anytime it hit the street, sparks would jump off of it. It was like plasma. It was like a ball of plasma. And it was bouncing down the street. When I got to the street and looked down there, I didn't see it.
Yep.
But it's the craziest thing I ever saw.
See, I've had.
No, it was the CPI.
I saw that weird formation, and it was eerie. That was weird. But Rudy, I've had 2 other experiences where direct
Would you want a
weird
Coca-Cola,
shit,
anybody?
weird lights
You want a Coca? Baby, you want this
Fucking-
Coca-Cola?
No, I'm good.
above me. Where I'll see, like, I was living in a cabin up north. And I don't believe in aliens, mind you. I believe in weird shit, but I was living in a cabin up north, and they were building the house on my property, and we had 55 acres, and we were about 4 miles out of town. And all of a sudden, we're watching a show, and I had headphones on. I had my Sony like
Trade you the food for a couple
on,
joints.
and
Okay.
I'm like, Mom, like, what the fuck's going on? I'm like, oh, you know, not in kid words. You know, like, Mom, what's happening? Like, you hear this? And she's watching her show, and she's like, what? And I'm like, talk to my sister, and she's like, you know, what's going on? I go outside on the porch, I look up, and I'm like, what the fuck is this spotlight? It's a giant triangle spotlight, and it's not moving at all. And I'm just looking up, and I'm like, Mom, fucking come, like, Mom, get over here, like, I don't know what's happening. And she's like, what? And I look up, and there's nothing. And this is when I'm like a young child,
Oh,
maybe
okay.
like 11, 12.
Okay.
So like before any, substances or anything.
Right, or you even knew what a UFO was or any of that shit.
I mean, there was probably alien shows, but like, the
Yeah.
movies I'd seen, but No, that one always tripped me out because it was the humming of it that got me to pay attention to it.
The noise it was making.
Yeah, while I had earphones on.
Yeah, they say some of them make a noise that is so low register, you don't really hear it. You feel it in your chest.
Right, but like again, I say I don't believe in other life forms outside of ours. I do think that that's just some
And the weird one, though.
government stuff.
The last one I saw was really weird. It's a cube inside of a see-through sphere. That's weird.
It is a weird one.
And it's flying through the air. It's flying around F-16 like this. What? Just flying around.
I like listening to all the, I won't call them conspiracies, but I like listening to the military guys talk about their crazy accounts.
Yeah, that's what this is. This is about.
You know,
This is the
like it's declassified.
F-16 pilots for the Navy. Because that's what they were doing. They were swarming the ships, the Navy ships, for 2 weeks.
The Tic Tacs.
Yeah, the Tic Tacs.
You know the reason why they built the military base over on, what's the one up there north of Mount Clemens?
Selfridge?
Selfridge. The reason why they built that is because of in the 1940s and 50s the abundance of weird sightings. in
Well, they built Selfridge Air Force Base during the missile crisis. They had Nike missiles there that was to shoot down planes, Russian airplanes, and they also were connected with the Strategic Air Command.
I believe they're connected with Canadians.
That too. Yeah. Yeah, so it was
Because it's all our waterways that they're protecting, I mean, essentially.
in fact, they had something else there. I think they had A-10 Warthogs there for a while.
That's what they still do. That they're right now. The Warthog is their choice.
Right.
But it's an Air National Guard now.
Right.
Back when I lived, just a few miles from there, it was always cool when you would see them come down in the Blackhawks and like their training. At a certain time of the year, they would do this training where all the Blackhawks would fly at like pretty much power line level, and there would be like 4 or 5 dudes hanging from, and you're just like, wow, this is some G.I. Joe shit.
That's how
I get a movie.
That's how they busted the growing fields in Virginia. I was in Virginia visiting my cousins, and we were sitting on his front porch, just out in the country. We sit on his front porch. All of a sudden, I hear boom, 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 boom. He said, "Oh, here they come." I said, "Who is that?" He says, "Just watch, you'll see." And it got louder and louder. Then I looked up, and there was these black helicopters with guys hanging from them, and they dropped them down across the road from us in the woods. And my friend said, "Yes, a marijuana farm over there, and they're busting it up." But they were flying down, they were holding on to ropes and shit. I said, "Look at this crazy." It was about 6 of them, and then we sat there, and the helicopters left, and the helicopters came back, and they had these hooks on them, and they would raise it up with big bales of marijuana plants, take them someplace to burn.
They smoke it themselves.
That hash got me really fucking stoned. Like,
That was Tom's.
that-
Shout out to Ebb and Flow Seed Company.
Yeah, Tom.
Whoa!
Good hash.
What is this?
Careful with that. That haven't worked. That's been sitting in there for fucking since
Oh my God.
5.
Look
21.
at this.
That's straight purple punch hash.
That stuff smells unbelievable.
It's been in a jar since over a year now.
That's good.
Oh, no wonder.
Have you cracked off any yet?
Oh, no wonder.
They say.
Yeah, we smoked it.
We have?
Everyone smoked it, yeah. This one, let's see, 2022, 11, 10, 21. My summer hash from my plant that I grew outside,
Yeah.
which was the crown.
I remember that.
This one right here is another one that's actually getting Hey, how's it going, buddy?
Oh yeah.
Just said your name.
Tom?
Yep.
Tom. Good hash.
Damn. Come on, man. Pick me off a piece of that and let me smoke it.
We're about to smoke it right now.
Thank you.
That one, we're gonna wait a couple years for that one.
Yeah, let that
Let that one sit for a couple
Yeah,
years.
let that one really. It should really be in a darker jar too.
Well, it's up there in the cupboard, always in the dark.
Oh, okay.
It's never really.
Yeah,
out.
that's what you want.
Yeah, I don't leave them out.
Yeah, that's gonna be a monster. It already is a monster. I can tell. It's so sticky. And it's got that sweet fragrance to it. It's nothing like hash. Oh, maybe opium.
Oh,
Can't say I've ever done opium.
I did it one time back in the day. I remember seeing.
I got
my
opium.
car.
Yeah, we used to get the red.
Yeah, I got.
Every once in a while you get the red.
It's just a way heavier indica.
We were getting the Nepalese temple balls.
Oh, yeah. I watched some videos how they made those a couple years ago.
If weed was legal, most people would smoke fucking that. They wouldn't even go to heroin. You know what I'm saying? Like there'd be a class of just
Opium is like, I mean, historically kind of like ruined some shit. So like,
Well, if hash is old enough, it turns.
Correct.
what you know?
it can, but it's also in places. Most of those places you have a great divide where you have one set of population that's hopeless and another set. Because again, opium. The only reason
This is turning into opium.
yeah. Like if you look at the fucking places where people overdose on heroin and shit, it's in places where there's no jobs. You know, you're not seeing it in fucking like college towns. People do die of heroin in college towns,
It just
obviously.
looks like goose poop.
So I went to
No, I didn't smush any.
I went to Afghanistan. Okay.
What?
I
Oh,
went
on
to
the
Af-
videos.
Yeah.
I'm about to say.
On
what the
YouTube.
fuck are you doing?
I went to Afghanistan, and we were smoking with these old guys. I'm talking about old guys, and they had a pipe that sat on the floor, but it went up about 3 or 4 feet. The pipe part, and man, and the smoke would come up, and when they left the pipe, and the guy did like this, you couldn't see nothing but smoke. Those are.
I'm gonna fix this next time I come over.
Oh God! I got.
It's good. We glued it already.
He moved away from it.
I got back to it.
And then he moved past it.
You gotta brush yourself off and try again.
Try again. Oh my God!
Oh, good lord.
Oh man! Oh shit!
So what the fuck were you in Chicago for? Just to go?
Yeah, so I'll probably get offered a job at Salesforce, so we went and saw Salesforce Tower.
In Chicago.
Yeah,
So you work remotely.
yeah.
There you go.
Oh, you don't have to move to Chicago.
You know how amazing it would be if there was a bullet train that left Detroit
Oh man!
to Chicago?
They just talked about it. They just
Like,
talked about it
To
yesterday.
be able to get on a train and be like,
No.
I'm gonna go spend some time in Chicago.
I don't want
eat
that.
pizza. Why?
Did
He doesn't want technology, you know
No,
that.
we're too different of cities to have like straight line to each other.
What?
No, I think Chicago's a big enough hub that it would bring people would come to Detroit for certain things, and I go to Chicago for whatever, like the real food, because they have a cuisine that is.
Well, they got way more restaurants than we do.
Yeah, they have like an
They got
epic
good-
cuisine.
On one side of town, they got more restaurants than we do.
Rudy, we are. What do you mean? There's not good food. There's so
I didn't say it was no good food. I said
No, but
there's more
there's
food
more.
there. Way more.
Way more. There's way
Way,
more
way
restaurants,
more.
4-star restaurants, way more 3-star restaurants, way more 2-star restaurants.
How many people live in Chicago? What, about 7? No, about 6 million?
It's a lot.
Easily.
Yeah, it's about 6 million people.
I would put it closer to 10.
I don't know. I'm a
Yeah,
weirdo.
that's a
I can't-
big. That's a
Detroit's
big.
not even
I
a
can't-
million.
That's a
I
big
gotta
city.
take
How
that-
many people live in Chicago?
I couldn't take this knife into Chicago. I would be a criminal. Like I have
Oh.
to take a 2.6.
2.6 million.
Okay.
Okay. So you don't take you
Tiny.
If you want a Chicago, and again,
Compared to
I wouldn't
a
go
real
eat
city.
Chicago style pizza, but you want a Chicago style pizza, you don't carry the knife for that day.
There are
Yeah,
so
I mean,
many.
I'm not saying there aren't things that you like weigh your differences, but I just don't want. I have. Only
Here's
been
another
to
thing to
Chicago
consider.
Twice.
Hold on. Here's another thing to consider. If it takes an hour to Chicago, it could take 3 hours to get to fucking California.
I mean, I do like the idea of good transit systems.
Yeah, yeah.
But-
I mean,
transit system.
Japan has had trains going 300 miles an hour for the last 35 years,
I know.
and they've never had a major accident. Check that out.
Planes are so inefficient. I hate flying.
But
I do
what-
too.
what
I'm
if- what
gonna
if
have to
trains
fly, but I hate
come
flying.
What do you mean?
in that sense where they're like, oh no, too much shit's going through on the train. Like we have to search your shoes, search your bag, search this, search that. It's going to be a fucking delay, and then it's not efficient again.
Have you ever been to an airport?
Yeah, it's horrible. Oh, I haven't been to an
Have you
airport
ever-
since I haven't been to an airport since before 9/11.
The train is such the train is such a comfortable way.
Hold on. What did you just say?
I haven't been to an airport since before 9/11, other
So
than
you-
to pick up or drop off people and not see the amount of police there.
You've
Versus-
never actually been to a modern day airport, is what you're saying.
No,
you have no idea how long
it
it.
to like getting on my fucking knees. Like
You don't get on your fucking knees. You literally you put your shit on a thing. You go through a metal detector, and every once in a while they might pull you off to the side. But then you take your shoes off and you're done. It usually takes literally 4 seconds to do. You walk through the
Dude.
gate, you're on to the next, and then you're waiting for your plane.
I get enough of that in my day to day. You know, like when I was driving.
No, dude. When I go to an airport, I just scan my eyes and keep going. They don't search my bed. They don't do anything. Because we fly on Delta enough. It's
Oh,
cool.
that you're
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't
I'm
know
sure.
why they let me get away with it, but I literally just walk up, Harrison and my wife, and it's just whoop.
And it's gonna be for everybody pretty soon. They're putting them in for everybody. It's
That's
called
another
facial
thing,
identification.
routine, history.
They'll be
it's
walking
like
in,
credit.
so the future of the airport, and Detroit is, no, it might be O'Hara that's testing this, is you will be able to just walk in and walk to your plane.
Yep.
And if you are not real, or if you are wrong, or whatever, they will just arrest you on the spot. But
Yep.
you're just,
Facial recognition. That's AI again. That's AI.
But
I'm
the
telling you.
the only thing that they stop me for is to ask my son, who are you? Like, who is this guy? Just to make sure.
Just to make sure.
yeah, yeah,
And then they're like, have a good day. It's fucking wild.
that's cool.
You got some nice hash going here, man. I would like for you to make it more blocky though.
Well, that one was a bunch of stressed out stuff.
Ah,
so it
okay.
wasn't like
Whenever you do break,
It turned out how it
This
turned
is
out.
I can't
This is
wait
the
to
last
see
batch
the
I
color
made.
on the inside because
Yeah.
it should be nice and light. If it's nice and dark on the outside, then you had a good seal and it all came.
Yeah. Well, I broke some of like.
Oh
there, I
yeah. This one,
split
yeah.
Those are chunks.
Yeah. Yeah. Look like doo doo.
Yep.
That's
Doo doo
that's like
hash.
new shit, dude.
Doo doo hash. Let's smoke some doo doo.
I've never been a big hash guy.
I think planes
I
like
just don't like the way it tastes.
I would like.
You have that good hash.
I prefer not to fly, but obviously the places I want to go in the future, I'm gonna have to, because when you're up there and you're like 2 cookies deep and you're really fucking high,
2 cookies deep.
I enjoy
your
flying.
mind goes
I
a
flew with
fucking.
two and a half.
Dude, your mind, like, especially any
I flew in
bump,
Paris and I was high in Paris.
any bump, you get that whole like, oh, is this it? Is this the bump that starts it? Because okay,
This is the boat that starts.
I was listening. Hold on. I was listening to this story about there's a plane crash in South America, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was because the guy, he was up there with his kids, and he let his daughter fly the plane. And again, it was on autopilot, so she wasn't really flying it. Then he put his son in the spot and do the same thing. But something happened where he triggered it and took it off of autopilot. And within 90 seconds, they were into a fucking mountain. Like within a night, the dude literally spends 15 minutes telling the story. So it's like he breaks it down to every moment what's happening with everyone, because they got it all on tape. And it's like 90 seconds, one mess up, and then 90 seconds later, everyone's dead.
Yeah.
It's like that's flying back in the day. It's not like that anymore in the sense that autopilots, they don't like the AI in a plane. Like I know it's not true AI, but the AI in a plane is impressive.
Yeah, it should read everything.
They know how to read everything now. There was a lot of things back then when this plane crash happened they didn't know about. Like
they didn't have altitude control and all of that. It's all computer controlled now.
yeah, all of it. Like it just turned it off autopilot for that split second.
They got that what do they call it?
was done.
It's not radar. It's something else. It's a dar. I can't remember. In the nose of the airplane, and it controls all of that.
But it's like riding with someone can make you nervous because you're not in control, right? Riding in the car, whoever it may be, whoever's driving, it can just
You
cause
take
anxiety.
Ubers and lifts.
Yeah.
You,
No, I haven't.
you ever been scared for your life?
I don't take Ubers.
Oh, you should. It's
No.
fun conversation.
One time
Because I love fucking basic small talk conversation all day long.
one time
That sounds like fun.
One time I got invited to a I think it was to see Prince at the Fox Theater. This friend of mine, worked for this advertising company, and they had a booth there or whatever you call it,
Yeah, sweet.
a suite there. And he invited me to go, so I said, "Cool, man." You know, so we went and they had food up there and everything. They had champagne and he was drinking beer. And I noticed, like, he was going through beer, like I think he drank about 14 bottles of beer in like 2 or 3 hours. And we got in the car to come back, and he was so drunk, I had to drive from the passenger seat, and we were on the freeway. And I'd be sitting there, all of a sudden the car started doing like this. I had to grab the steering wheel and put it back. Oh yeah, I was terrified for about 20 minutes. I got out of that car and never rode with that guy again.
What year did you see Prince?
I can't remember what year that was.
90s.
Oh,
I can't remember what
I
year it
hope
was.
Him?
Before that.
Maybe the 70s.
I saw Prince 3 times. Twice I was working security. Once when I went.
Did you ever like be next to him and see how short he was?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. Prince is a sexy motherfucker.
I
listen to Prince like
Prince's
all the time.
bodyguard was a white dude that stood about 6'5" and weighed about 340 pounds. And he told me, after Prince came in, we got him in his dressing room, he told me, he says, I said, I didn't realize how small Prince was. He says, yeah, I can pick him up and put him under my arm. I believe he had done that before. I really do. Because Prince was really, him and Sammy Davis Jr. was the smallest entertainers I ever saw in my life. They were
Sammy
so,
Davis Jr. Huh?
he was little as fuck, man.
So was he with the other people? The Rat Pack?
It was him, Frank Sinatra, and Liza Minnelli.
Was Sinatra? How old was Sinatra?
Man, he 70.
So is he still like Sinatra, like that?
Oh yeah,
Piece of shit.
He's the when I used to practically live at the Fox Theater, he was the only celebrity. Check this out. When we went to the airport to get him, it was police escort. On the way back, they didn't stop at any red lights like the president. I'm serious, dude. They treated him like we were sitting back there like, wow, we're running red lights and shit. And then when he was here, he wanted to go to some special restaurant in, not Bluefield Hills, one in Birmingham, one of them. And they said, well, we'll be an escort car behind the police car, because we were the bodyguards. And all the way up Woodward, didn't stop at a red light. Went right through them, said, motorcycle policeman, just to stop the traffic. I was like, look at this shit. No, that was for Frank Sinatra.
Oh, Frank.
Oh, for Sinatra.
Yeah, for Frank Sinatra, dude. It was him and Sammy Davis Jr. and Liza Minnelli.
Well,
Yeah, I've heard he's not a nice guy.
Who?
Sinatra.
Let me put this to it. Everybody listen to he'd be like, one time Liza Minnelli, she was kind of drunk, you know, she was a little alcoholically, and she was kind of drunk, you could smell it on her. And I guess she was slow getting in the dressing room. You could hear her say, tell that mother, get out there on that, you know. And everybody started running. I was like, damn, this guy's in charge for real.
Those are the good days, man. That's what I love. Like, I was going to ask you, like, what did the old Fox look like before the renovation? Because now it's like one of the most immaculate places I've.
Well, it was in the beginning. Then it deteriorated for a long time when they weren't using it that much. But when I was there, that was when they did all the new reconstruction. And they had a guy from, I think he was from Sweden. And he was a white dude. And they had a black dude from down south. And they put on the gold filigree. They did all the gold. It was real gold. And they painted on. All that gold you see in there, that's real gold. I watched them do it, man. I was like, wow, look at this shit. And it took them, I think, 3 years to do it.
Oh, I believe that.
It took 3 years to do it.
Such a fine material, you're not going to go fast.
Oh yeah, that's. I've been to a lot of theaters, and that's one of the most grandest ones. They got a Fox Theater in Atlanta, Georgia, too. That's nice.
Well, I hate that they call the one the Fillmore because, like, now there's so many Fillmores. Like, where was the original Fillmore?
I don't. It used to be the Fox Theater,
Well, the Fillmore.
the State Theater, Theater, and there was one other one. I can't remember the other one. It was three of them in a row there. My first job, I was an usher
And what was Olympia?
at the Fox Theater when I was like 14 years old. I wore a little usher uniform with the hats and all that. And we used to go way up in the back to change our clothes. There was a locker room up there, and they kept telling us there was ghosts up there. And you hear weird noises up there. I never saw nothing up there, because I get up there and get dressed real quick and get the hell out of there. It was like a catwalk here to take all the way up there. It was crazy.
Weirdo.
Well, that was the Palm Theater. That's what that was, the Palm.
I prefer going to Fox and Rogan with you guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the only time.
I used to practically live there. I had like a little bedroom there, right off of the stage. Because when bands would come and stay multiple nights, I had to stay there all the time they were there. I could never leave.
Now, did you see any shows at like Kobo and stuff?
I did security at Kobo,
Yeah.
Joe Louis, everywhere.
Yeah.
Royal Oak Theater, Rick's up in Ann Arbor. I used to do security all over the place. Yeah.
Royal Oak? Oh, Royal Oak Theater, you already said that.
Yeah. I used to like working there. That was a nice place to work.
I just went to a show there.
I did work there when I was working at ER.
You did restoration there?
In the basement. Or maybe we did. I don't know if we actually did anything. I think we just went and wrote it.
They claim that place is haunted too.
That place you
And they say that place is haunted because some woman got killed on those railroad tracks. They used to go there all the time. And they claim her ghost is in there, in the Royal Oak Theater.
Sounds like a good story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In old buildings like that, you hear stuff all the time anyway.
It's not that I don't believe in ghosts, but
I think if you can, like, if ghost is being, like, say your astral projection that you did, say that's what a ghost is.
Maybe.
Like, I'm not gonna hang out on this fucking planet.
And that's
I'm
another
trying
thing.
to go somewhere else.
Yeah, that's another thing. But they obviously must be sick. Someone must be stuck because on YouTube they always show these shadow people. They go to somebody's house and they hear a noise in the basement. They go down there and then they see a shadow person, and then they go upstairs and there's a shadow person. So
you know they got
I think of a
CGI,
ghost
right?
as something
You what?
like symbolic.
CGI is really good now.
yeah, it's really good.
Feel
Yeah.
something
It's
that you
really
perceive
good.
That you can't.
But some of these people,
I watched a dude explode out of a dude's penis. And
Yeah,
it's
you tell us.
real as shit.
What?
So
I missed that one.
I'm pretty
Say
sure they
that
can
one
make
more time
shadow.
for
I don't know if I want to see that. I don't even know if I want to see. I don't know if I even want to see that shit.
I don't.
Oh man, that wasn't even the worst part of the whole show. It was like it got worse and worse. When I say worse, it was good because that's what I go for. That's what it's been doing since.
But let me ask you,
What?
was it a gory scene?
Of course, it was gory.
Yes.
It's a man blowing out of another man's penis.
But sometimes it can look fake.
No. That's my point. They make
Oh
it look
hell
real.
no! I don't want to see that.
This show starts out like the first episode, dude standing there with his girlfriend, and next thing you know, he's covered in fucking blood, and all he has is his girlfriend's arms.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
So like, that's what the show's about. It's about a bunch of fucking spoiled brats with the power to blow your head off by looking at it.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like, some shit fucks up.
So there's a real world around them.
Yeah, they are the real world.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's other people.
Well, there's different heroes. Like one dude.
Is everybody a superhero?
No,
Okay, that's the point I'm making.
Only people that were either
Went through something.
Yeah, like most of the time it was kids. Like it was kind of hidden. Like no one knew that they came from Compound B until it was exposed. Like it had to be exposed.
Got you.
But everyone thought people just thought you were just all of a sudden manifested powers. Like you were a kid and you manifested powers. No, you're special now. We got our first superheroes. They manifested powers on their own.
Our first superheroes.
Yeah. So then they
Could you imagine being a
I don't know if any of you
superhero?
guys got your windows down, but it's starting to sprinkle. I looked at the radar and it's dusty.
Yeah, it's supposed to rain this evening.
It's gonna rain for the rest of the evening.
Yeah.
once it starts.
back then. Thank you.
Babe, was our car good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, buddy.
It's just starting to sprinkle, so you got some time. But it's coming. All night.
Good smoking.
Hmm?
I said good smoking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm smelling this shit. The hash is crazy.
You got anything else?
Subscribe.
Ring a ding.
People ain't watching this long.
Alright, fellas.
All right, man.
Probably want me to put this
You
back.
take it